Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Today I have something pretty cool to show you. This is the new for 2021 flashback. I wouldn't really say Friday because it didn't really come out on Friday. Lil Nestor animatronic. This originally came out in I believe 2014 and then came back in 2015 and they had like a bunch of overstock for a while. And as far as I know, this was a pretty beloved animatronic and was a lot of Haunters' first animatronic and kind of their introduction to Spirit Halloween. And this was a staple animatronic and a very beloved character. This character is by YJ and is one of their many swinging animatronics. And it's their smaller one, as it does have that mechanism. Now, I don't have mine fully set up properly. It's supposed to have like a little Velcro strap extension. Kind of help you hang it up on a like tree. It has like a hook on it. And then you're supposed to cover it with a piece of cloth, which I have it right here. I just forgot to do that. Oops. I did set it up with that originally, and it does work pretty well. But I didn't set it up like that, so oops. So let's talk about this guy. There's a lot to uncover. Now, I never owned the original. I've never seen the original in person. As a kid, I thought it was cool, and I did want it. I just never bought it. I thought it was a cool animatronic, and I've always kind of liked scarecrows and the kind of pumpkin-headed animatronics. One of my favorite, never really talked about it, though, was Pumpkin Nestor, which is a larger version of this animatronic, except the difference is his whole body moved. His torso rocked back and forth, and he was in a suit, and didn't really look like a scarecrow, unlike Lil Nestor. Which I do hope that guy returns. I know we had, like, a portrait on the ISC, so I don't know if they were hinting at his return. But I know we all thought he was going to return, then it turned out Lil Nestor was returning. And there's his box, by the way. And I'll get into that a little later. So, he originally retailed for $139.99, and now he retails for $149.99, so a little bit of an increase, not too crazy. I'll actually go and show off the box. It's pretty much the same for the most part. Also, hi, my room is a little bit of a mess. You'll probably see it's a little bit of trash in the background. I've been cleaning a whole lot and reorganizing. I've had a lot of prop boxes stored in here and Halloween, like candy, thrown in here. And you can see the cloth that's supposed to go over it. So like that is from like the Halloween candy that I've had thrown in here. I had a lot of extra. We didn't have a lot of trick-or-treaters last season, or this season, which sucked. We usually have a lot. So let's talk about it. Now, I did watch a lot of footage and look at a lot of pictures of the original Pumpkin Nestor, so I could really talk about the differences. Now, I talked about the original Whack-A-Mole. I definitely left out a lot of details that I probably should have covered. So I want to make up for it with Lil Nestor. So, let's talk about it. I want to go over the new one first. This is definitely very close to the original. And I say really close because there are some differences. They're not very major, but like they're not as crazy as Whack-A-Mole. I don't think they resculpted the head at all. The clothes are the same. The gloves are the same. Everything's pretty much the same. Animation, even the audio quality, which a lot of people are, including me, are not really thrilled about, is the same. The head is a pumpkin, obviously. I actually really like the sculpt. It's very ominous despite him seeming to be very friendly. I like the kind of spiky teeth. Pumpkin Nestor was the same, too. I think it's foam filled latex. I don't know if it's latex or a different material. It didn't say latex in the ingredients list, but I think it's latex, which means I'll be storing the head inside. like I did with Miss Mercy's, only because I really don't want them to dry rot. I mean, that looks really cool. I do like the face. There is some stuff to talk about with the face, though. I'll get into that a little later. Clothing, I mean, there's not a lot to say. He has an orange shirt with coveralls over it. I'm assuming they're supposed to be denim. They're not denim. I don't know how to describe this fabric. I don't know if it's the same fabric as the original or different. And then he has brown gloves. He does not have feet. He just has straw. He's supposed to be like a little scarecrow boy. And he's a really small animatronic. Like Pumpkin Nestor himself is really small. He's just long, if that makes sense. Like the rope to his swing is really long. I think like he's about 7 feet long, but Nestor himself is very, very, very small. Like a small child, like almost like a toddler. Maybe a little taller than a toddler, but very small. And I don't really mind that at all, to be quite honest with you guys. Definitely not an issue I have with Lil Nestor. I mean, he has Lil in his name, so obviously he's supposed to be small. So, not really an issue I have with this animatronic. He has like 2 phrases, and he's obviously supposed to be like a little kid. Kind of like little Skelly Bones. They're both supposed to be like little kids. And he has like really friendly audio with like some really sinister undertones, and you'll see that when you hear his audio. And I do really like that. But now let's kind of talk about what makes him a little different. One of the biggest features that I think really helps this, and I didn't even realize this with Whack-A-Mole either, is they now have speaker jacks. And I guess the originals of these did not have that. Original Whack-A-Mole didn't have that, and original Lil Nestor did not have that. Now, like I said, they did not really improve the speaker quality of this one, but the audio quality, if you put in a new speaker, does improve. And I know Bloody Bag of Jokes is the same way, which I did just order him today, so really excited about that. A review and demo of him is coming up soon when he obviously gets here at some point next week. That's one like huge fail, because it's like Evelyn Leach has like phenomenal audio quality. Miss Mercy, again, phenomenal audio quality, and I don't know why they missed that mark with Lil Nestor. I'm dumbfounded by that they didn't do that, because they have phenomenal audio quality, and they didn't do that with him or Bloody Bag. And I'm kind of upset, honestly. I think a lot of other people who bought him are upset too. We all were expecting this crystal clear, I mean just top-notch modern YJ audio quality, and I think everyone was really upset when that didn't happen. And I think a lot of people were also really confused. We're kind of like, hey, where's the YJ audio quality? Another weird thing is that the mouths on these are not as wide as the originals. And I don't know, maybe they did resculpt them a little bit. Even on the box, the mouths were a lot wider. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, it's because he's just in the box. But no, a lot of these are more shut and closed than the originals. I don't really mind that as much, but it is something to point out is that they're not as open as the originals, because the originals have like gaping mouths, and these really do not. This one doesn't. The one in the box really doesn't. This is like a prototype, so that's something really interesting to point out. And also, it does look like they did remove the texture. You can see it in that one, and I think the older ones that have texture in the mouth. I don't. Well, yeah, I guess they do have texture. It's just really hard to see. Never mind. I'm crazy. I just can't see it. The eyes, while they are still the standard YJ eyes, they're bigger. I know YJ had a really big design flaw where they would overcharge the eyes and then they would burn out. I'm a little curious to see if that's going to be the same issue with these. Like I said, I never owned the original one, but I know that was a huge issue with these. After a while, they all burnt out. They gave these guys significantly less straw, but they also gave them wider straw. It looks like the original ones had thinner straw, but there was more. I wish there was more, definitely in the kneecap area, but that's definitely something to point out. The clothes definitely don't seem to be as dirty and distressed as the original ones. They are still, it's a little more noticeable in the coveralls. But that's an interesting thing that they did. It looks like, I kind of think the swings maybe a little lighter. The heads are definitely a little lighter too. That's really it in terms of differences. It's minor little tidbits here and there. I think the head's probably still the same material. I think the clothes might be the same material. The clothes look the same to me from the videos. Gloves look the same. I think they're the same color. Straw was changed a little bit, probably for like money or budgeting. I don't know. Mechanism's obviously the same. Audio is the same. They didn't really change that. Sensor's really good on these guys too. Obviously, YJ has top-notch motion sensors. Always do. I love YJ's motion sensors. In terms of assembly, that is like the most simplest assembly thing I've ever had. It's literally put the head on the body. Like I said, this was my first swinging animatronic from YJ, so I put it on originally, and it didn't work because I realized I have to push the head in a little bit. Because I'm used to the little prongs, and you put them in the prong and you have to plug them in. No, they kept it, they literally kept it the exact same as the original. I don't really mind that, but it was definitely a little weird. I don't own a lot of old animatronics. I have mainly, newer. I have a couple of really old ones, so I was kind of adjusting to that. So, it was a little bit of an adjustment, and I thought, you know, it was a little bit weird. I really didn't start getting a lot of animatronics until like 2017 and onward. And I didn't really get YJ's stuff. I got mainly Seasonal Visions and Techie. So I wasn't really used to YJ until a lot recently. So I thought I had a broken unit, and I was about to panic and cry because I just got a replacement part for Henry. So though I already like did a temporary fix on his arm, so that's why his video went out a lot sooner than initially expected. But yeah, let's get on with the demo. I want to set my phone down. It's going to go black. Sorry, I know people hate that. I don't really care. It's my channel. Also, he's going to swing a lot better.
Hi, won't you play with me? Mother always said it was okay for birthday. Please stay. My friends will be here soon. And then we can play together forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
He swings really well, by the way. I think they always did. So yeah, that kind of same old school audio quality, they definitely didn't change with him, and a lot of people, including myself, were disappointed. But overall, I mean, it's still a really good animatronic, and I'm guessing they improved the quality, like the mechanism quality. And I do hope the eyes don't get overcharged with this one, like the old one did. Also, I want to point out how weird it is that he doesn't have a story. And also how weird it is that they actually gave him one of these boxes too. The box, I think, is the exact same size, if not really similar to the original one's box. So that's nice. The box is really small. I was beyond thrilled to see how small it was. I was scared it was going to have a big box. I knew there wasn't much to the assembly. Assembly, again, the most easiest assembly I have ever done. It's similar to my Jimmy crawling ghoul. It was the same thing. Pop on the head, plug it in, you're good to go. So I was thrilled and relieved about that. Overall, I definitely see why this was a really loved animatronic and why this returned. I don't see why this was online only. I think this should have been sold in stores, honestly. Whether it would be in-box only. There was a swinging cage. They could have put him in the swinging cage. He might have been a little too long for it, but they could have made the swinging cage a little taller to make up for that. Because, I mean, there was him, and there was Buddy Bag of Jokes, and there was Harriet Hustle. All three could have gone in the swinging cage. They could have done something special for Buddy Bag. But I don't know. I think he should have been in the store. I really do. I think he's cool, and it's gonna suck because I don't think he's gonna return next season. Usually online only props don't, but yeah, this was really cool, and I'm really glad he came out, and I'm really glad this was a Flashback Friday. I'm just calling him Flashback Friday because the last season, a flashback prop. I'm glad they brought him back. I think it was good they brought him back because this was a beloved animatronic. I liked him, and I'm the freaking clown guy. I mean, I have two clowns sitting next to me. I like this animatronic. A lot of people like this animatronic. So obviously, if you never got a chance to get the original one, it's a little more expensive, yeah, but assuming they fixed some of the issues the original one had, I do recommend this one a lot. I think it's really cool. I think it's a really nice animatronic. It looks really nice. And with it being creepy too, for those of you that don't like getting really scary ones, like, you know, Scare Clown right there, or Henry right there, and like things like this guy, or even the Jimmy Pumpkin Ghoul right over there. I mean, this is kind of a kid-friendly, but still really spooky animatronic. It has some kind of menacing undertones, but that kind of, would go right over the kids' heads, you know, type of deal. I think this is the animatronic for you. And for those of you who like having creepier things in your haunt, I also think it's the animatronic for you. This is a really good animatronic. And it's got a really nice balance with it. And that's the nice thing, is it's got a really nice balance. It looks really creepy. It's a really spooky animatronic. It's not going to jump out at you. And I like things that jump out at you, don't get me wrong. But it's not going to jump out at you. It swings. It is a little bit of a pain in the ass to hang up, but that comes with swinging props. This is my third swinging prop. It's just my first swinging animatronic. I think this might be... No, it's not the longest. This is the shortest. Because I also have Dark Jester, which is bigger. And I have the Crimson Girl, which is bigger. Crimson Girl's not getting reviewed, by the way, because I repainted her to look like a clown. Sorry, not sorry. I don't review things that I customize, by the way. I've explained it like 4 billion times. But for those of you who don't know, when I do customize a lot of my stuff, and I just don't like to review them because I like to review things as they are, like this. But I definitely think this is a really good prop, and I do wish that it had returned in stores, because I think it would have done really good, and it would have definitely reached a broader audience. Because this returned so late, and because this is online only, it probably won't. But I'm just saying, if you want an animatronic that's not overly scary, but it still has some kid-friendly elements, but it's spooky, like really spooky. It's simple. It's very user-friendly. This is a very user-friendly animatronic. Price is pretty fair. It's $150. That's a really fair price, in my opinion. Is it a little more expensive than the original one? Yeah, but there's also inflation you have to consider. This is the animatronic for you, and this is one I do highly recommend. But yeah, that's Lil Nestor from YJ. This is obviously a Spirit Halloween exclusive. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.